for this Emuna Mondays, I wanted to do a great class, or maybe a conversation with everybody about the two superpowers of David HaMelech, confidence and vulnerability. We can read all about him in the book of Tehillim. It's beautiful, beautiful written with so many songs and so many lessons that we can learn from David HaMelech, who was probably one of the greatest Jews in history. So let's start with the confidence part on Tehillim Chaf Zayin 27. There's a part that says, Shivti b'beit Hashem kol yemei chayai, that basically that David HaMelech is asking Hashem that he wants to dwell, that his Shekhinah, Hashem's, God's providence should dwell in him, and what he's really asking for is for God's crown. So we can learn that from the confidence part, is that there's no limit to who you can become, and there's no limit what God can give to you. There's an abundance, and when you have that mindset, you're not afraid of asking anything, because you're confident that whatever you request, you're asking, there's a chance that you might get it, and there's no big or small request that you can ask Hashem. So we can learn this from David HaMelech, that you can ask for literally anything, even God's crown. And that's actually one of the biggest things we can do, is to coronate Hashem. And the first way to do that is by asking Hashem, hey, I'm ready. I'm confident I can coronate you. No matter what struggle, no matter whatever happens in the world, I'm able to fulfill your task because I trust you. And that builds confidence, right? So when you do stuff that you value, and you say yes to things that you value, and you perform it and you do it, you gain confidence. And when you say no to things that you do not value, for example, your friends are asking you to go to a party, and you don't value drinking, you don't value smoking, and you say no to that. So when you're true to your values and to who you think you really are, and you say no to that, you gain confidence with that. And same thing the other way. If you value learning about Emunah, and somebody asks you to come to Emunah Mondays and you go, you're increasing confidence in what you value. So it's like a ladder, right? So the more you say yes to what you value and the more you say no to what you do not value, you increase confidence. And the ultimate confidence comes by acknowledging that you can get the ultimate confidence from Hashem. So you can reach incredible feats and amazing things that you can do in life. So if you want to learn more about the confidence side of David HaMelech, read Tehillim Chaf Zayin. It's a really good Tehillim. It's basically David HaMelech acknowledging and praising Hashem, and basically placing him trust to win in his battles and his victories. And for the aspect of the vulnerability, for me, vulnerability means expressing your fears, your struggles, and not being afraid of how other people react, right? So sometimes we can be afraid of saying what we're struggling with and thinking, hey, maybe we can be a burden, maybe they might take something very intimate from me and crush it. It can break your heart saying something vulnerable, saying something personal to other people, right? But what Tehillim is coming to teach us here, this is on Tehillim Kuf Chaf Tet. It's actually a song that David HaMelech wrote, and it talks about the troubles of Israel. And it says, Shira Malo Rabat Tzarureni Min Huarai Omrarna Israel, a song of ascents, much have they persecuted me from my youth. So David HaMelech was persecuted as a small child. He always had struggles. He always had hardships in his life. And vulnerability is expressing those hardships. Not keeping them in, right? Don't suppress them. Don't ignore them. Accept them. Yes. If you struggle something as a child, accept it. If, for example, you're 24 and you had a trauma when you were a kid, and your inner child is hurt, acknowledge it. Acknowledge the inner child. Don't ignore it. Don't say something else happened, because, like, for example, for me, when I was in school, they used to sing a song in Spanish, Nadie me quiere, todos me odian. Nobody likes me, everybody hates me. And, like, I was like 6 or 7. I believed it for some time, right? And I had an inner wounded child. So being vulnerable taught me that you're able to express whatever hurt you in the past, and you can speak it to people. Yes, people say hurtful stuff, but you don't have to take that. You have a choice of saying, you know what, they told me that stuff and they used to sing it to me, and yes, maybe I believed it when I was a kid, but once you realize that vulnerability is good for you and you can leverage it and accepting and expressing to other people, and then you realize, wait, it comes out of my words and people are listening to me, and like they look at me and like, wait, why am I believing this, right? So whatever struggle you had in the past, let it out. Don't be afraid of what other people think, because it's your choice, it's your story. You can do whatever you want, and you can actually create a different meaning to it, right? So in this, in Tehillim, David HaMelech said, yes, I was persecuted from my youth, but they have not prevailed against me. So they had people who turned against his back. And then he says, like, basically the way David HaMelech describes vulnerability, he says, yes, accepting the past, that you heard that he had struggles, but acknowledging that in the present, Hashem is always there, and there's a reason why those stuff happened to you, and Hashem trusts you that you can overcome it. So that's part of being confident and being vulnerable, is acknowledging that both aspects. And there's a great quote that I read recently from, let me try to find it really fast. It was from the CEO of kayak.com, and it says, hold on, where can I find it? It was a really good quote on the confidence and like on the vulnerability. Okay. Here it is. People follow confidence but will be loyal to vulnerability, right? Because everybody wants to see, this was said by Paul English, founder of kayak.com. People want to follow people who are confident, people who show, yes, I know I can do it. I'm not afraid. That's the confidence part. But on the vulnerability side, you show that you're also a human being, that you had struggles. So they're loyal to that. So when you have the combination of both, and we can learn this from Tehillim, from David HaMelech, you can create a powerful strength, powerful power, a superpower. And the best part is that everybody has it differently. Confidence is not one way. Everybody has their own authentic confidence, or authentic vulnerability based on their experience and based on their strengths and unique gifts. So you can develop it at any time.